Hello and welcome back to Painting Classic Cars, where the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice two things. One, it's not Saturday. Two, we're not in a workshop. We are over with our good friends at HPC Classics, who are a stone's throw away from us and are busy revving a V8 engine downstairs. They are classic car sales, race prep, mechanical service and restoration specialists. Superb bunch of guys here, great knowledge, wonderful array of stock for sale. Yeah, if you need any mechanical work doing on your classic car, give these guys a call. If you need a classic car, want a classic car, check out their website for the latest stock, awesome array of vehicles, and they can source stuff for you as well. But the reason we are here is if we go back a couple of months to one of our very first videos, we did the Lotus Elan, and in that we did kind of tease that there's a TVR Vixen being done alongside that car, and that we'd hopefully come back to you with a video on that car. Well, that's today, but we're going to do something a little bit different with this video, because it's not just here's the car finished. What's kind of kick-started this and why we're doing a mid-week video is the car is for sale. The owner, Trevor Algar, who we'll speak to very soon, takes most of his pleasure from the build. Now it's built, time to move on to the next project. So we thought we'd come along today, see the car sitting here gloriously in the showroom, and we'll have a run through what we've done with the car, and we'll have a chat with Trevor at the end as well, and take his thoughts on the car. Now when the car came in, it was pretty much the same story really with the Lotus. We did them back to back. Trevor stripped the car completely to a bare shell. So we got the bare fiberglass tub in. That had already been, this wasn't blasted, but Trevor had already taken virtually all the paint and the gel coat off. So we had a lovely bare shell to be working with. From this, we went through, again, I keep repeating myself, I know, but the Lotus had the same process where from the bare weave, we did any major repairs, which there weren't many, to the bare fiberglass. We then had our Nova Classic Car epoxy with a huge amount of build, which takes care of all the imperfections within the weave. We then work over the car, filling in all the small cracks, indentations. Sorry, I'll rewind. There are no cracks. There's all indentations and the breaks within the weave. So we fill those out with a fiberglass paste, Novel's Elastifiber. Then into the polyester stage. So the whole car is then coated in polyester, which we block down to refine and finish, ready for acrylic. At the time, we were still using the acrylic Nova for Classic Car. So that had the acrylic top coat primer on it, and then the body was painted inside and out and underneath. So the underside of the car got the Nova for Classic Car. We went through the epoxy stage, and then it had the Nova Cobra body liner underneath. The exterior of the car, as we've already said, Trevor likes his cars, he likes the build, enjoys it for a little bit, moves it on to the next one. The car that predated this was an AC Cobra, and the colour Trevor absolutely loved, so we popped along to HPC Classics, where we are today, who sold the vehicle on behalf of Trevor, and we scanned the colour, and that's what we went with on the TVR Vixen. So it's all back together now. It's an awesome bit of kit. A lot of the build has been completed by Trevor himself. The engine was done by a local specialist. It's the Ford Crossflow. So that was built by them, and Trevor's gone through and built the rest of the car to the car that we see here today. So that's kind of the background as to why we're here. And now I think we'll get Trevor in and have a chat with the owner. Trevor,
hello,
hello mate. Your TVR sale?
Yes.
You're selling it?
I am, regrettably. Sadly, only because I'm moving on to another project now, Keith. So this beautiful car is up for sale. I bought it just a little over a year ago.
Without the intention of doing this?
Without the intention of touching it at all. But having got it, fell in love with it, and I thought to myself, let's have an adventure. Let's go down the road of a restoration.
Let's spend a load of money.
Let's spend a load of money.
Why not?
And as we know, I contacted you and I said, look, what can we do with this? The shell needed a bit of work doing to it, and it was in red at the time. And you said, yeah, we can do this. You take the paint off, we'll do the rest. So to that end, it was a case of stripping it out, body off, take everything apart, engine out, everything, strip right down to nothing. And of course, we took the show around to you guys. And you worked your magic. And look at the result. Isn't it just beautiful? It's beautiful.
See, this is the first time that we've seen it all together. I mean, the last time we saw it, obviously it was just a completely bare painted blue shell.
That's right, that's right.
And the colour, we love the colour. And we were fortunate enough to paint this, I think, the tail end of spring, was it?
Tail end of spring, yeah.
So we've got some photographs and videos of it outside on the trestles and so on, and the light hits it and it just looks stunning. Seeing it now, though, I mean, your choice of colour on the interior works really, really well.
Yeah.
The white stripes, obviously, we didn't have the white stripes on when it left it, and all the little bits you've done. And I can say this now because we're squared up. You've paid your bill.
Well, the check cleared.
The check cleared. It
Wow.
did. But it looks. Your choices on it have been really, really well considered. I mean, it's a cracking looking car.
Yes.
Not only is it a cracking looking car, but we've done some footage of underneath the bonnet.
Yep.
It goes as well as it looks.
Absolutely. Well, fortunately, the engine started life as the standard engine. It came with the car, obviously, when it was manufactured.
Yep.
1600 cross-flow, or 1558, a Cortina engine.
Yep.
This, of course, was taken out as all the bits on the whole car. Excuse me, and it went off to John Wood to have a complete rebuild.
Yep.
So the engine is now 1700, brought out to 1700. It's got all the internals are new. So we've got new camshaft, valves, springs. It's been converted to unleaded, new pistons, new comrod shells, everything, clutch.
Full works.
The whole lot, balanced, everything.
It's a new car.
It's a new engine, new clutch, new everything. And we converted, it had a single downdraft, Weber downdraft. We converted it to brand new side draft 40s.
Yeah.
Two side draft 40s. It's been on the rolling road. It's run in. It's ready to go for the new owner.
I mean, anyone that doesn't know John Wood race engines, John Wood is the Ford engine builder. I think I might upset someone here by saying probably the Ford engine builder in the country.
I would say yes, you're absolutely right.
He is, the quality of what he puts out is second to none.
Superb.
Yeah.
We put it on his rolling road just to run it in, and I think we were putting something like 136 brake horse.
Which, bear in mind that this weighs nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which we were glad about. I mean, Luke and I carried this around the workshop many a time. I mean, in tandem with this at the minute, we're also working on a 59 Cadillac.
Yep.
So in tandem with this sort of series of videos, Luke and I had to take the front bench seat out of that yesterday.
All right. Yeah,
and I can promise you that your entire body shell weighs less than a Cadillac front bench seat.
There we go.
So 130 odd horsepower in this is going to be entertaining.
It's fun. It's a fun car to drive. You can use it every day, but I just think it's one example of what a good restoration should look like.
Yeah.
The chassis itself, we were fortunate. The chassis was in good shape. It's been shot blasted, and we powder coated the chassis. So everything that needed to be replaced was replaced. There's no expense. I know it's an overworked phrase when you come to restoring cars, but literally you can show no expense is being spared on.
You've just got to look there, because everywhere you do look is
it's right.
I mean, you've done barely any miles on this.
15 miles.
50. You've done no miles on this, but you can just see everywhere you look, it's a new vehicle, and
it
is anyone interested in the vehicle, check out HPC's website. We'll put a link in the description below, and we'll flash something up on screen. But there's no secret. This is not a cheap car.
No.
But in the truest sense of the word, this is not a cheap car. There's been no corners cut. It's all the best quality everywhere you look. And we're going to throw in another common use phrase: possibly the best one in the country.
Well,
probably the best one in the country.
It's certainly unique. I reworked the dashboard. It's all leather trimmed, as you can see in this video. So it is unique. It's a one-off.
Yeah.
And if you want something special, this is the car. There's
Absolutely
nothing to do to it. You're just going to enjoy it.
Turnkey, ready to use on the road.
Yep.
I am going to suggest a bit of fun track day car.
Possible, yes.
But the options are there for the new owner at
yes,
least.
indeed. It was my initial reaction before we started the restoration. I may have raced it.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I do have the owner, when this is sold, I do have the full race roll bar for the back. At the moment, it's in roll. It's the road going version.
Yeah.
So the new owner would have the crossbars and the harness
Which you'd need to put it on the tracking competition.
Absolutely right. But she'd be good on as much as comfortable and as at home on the road as it would be on the track. They're
Brilliant.
very, very successfully raced in clubs.
Yeah.
And this is an ideal track car if you want to do it. What I'd like to show you, to show you the engine.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Nice and simple.
So this is the John Wood engine, I beg your pardon. As you can see, it's absolutely, everything is brand new.
I was going to say, following on from what we were just saying, you can see the attention to detail on everything. You can see the detail on the chassis. You know, quite often with a restoration, it's not a case of corners are cut, but
no.
Something, oh, that nut will do.
Yeah.
Well, it's clear to see on this that no, that nut won't do. Everything on here is new. It's just fantastic attention to detail, and everything's where it should be. And in true John Wood fashion, it's a dry Ford engine.
Absolutely.
There's no big puddles and catch tanks underneath it.
You don't have to have, and when it's well built, you don't have to. You can eat your dinner underneath of this.
It's
it's
beautiful
absolutely
thing.
Spotless.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna regret selling this one day. I bet. I think I'll regret it. But until then, as I say, she's up for sale. If anybody's interested, get in touch with HPC Classics.
Really appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And we hope that our little video here helps spur it onto a new owner. And we look forward to your next venture.
You won't have to wait too long.
Well, thanks for watching the video. We're going to wrap it up here. As I say, there'll be a link in the description box below. And please, anyone out there looking for, it doesn't even have to be a TVR Vixen you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's really well built, a ton of fun, and is not going to depreciate massive amounts of money, look no further than this. It's a lovely, lovely thing. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, and we'll be back with our regular Saturday slot on Saturday.